So I'm Dan Greenway and we've been providing all the Sony FR7s for the shoots today. So we've had 3 Sony FR7s and an AM7. It's been an interview setup and we've been using the presets on the FR7s to jump between the different contributors. The FR7's all fed back to a vision mixer that's creating multi-views and creating our operator views as well. Well, they're quick and easy to set up. You don't need too many camera people to have 5 or 6 cameras. You can just do it with a couple of camera operators. They're very quick jumping between the presets. The lenses match other cameras. They're just a very neat, simple thing to set up for an interview setup like this. It's very easy to add an extra camera to a 2 or 3 man crew. It's very easy to add an extra FR7 or 2 extra FR7s to give you those extra shots, those extra wides, those other shots you wouldn't normally be able to allocate a more expensive camera to. Out of the box, pop the lens on and they're working. Feed them into a quick setup PPU, production gallery like this, and you're away within a couple of hours. You can record in camera just like you would on an FX9 or an F55. It's very much the same choice of recording codecs and bit rates, and you can also get a LUT on the feed out to feed into the gallery, which is really useful. The great thing about the FR7 is the sensor is from the same family as all their other cameras, so FX3, FX6, FX9, and I tend to find most of these shoots people are using FX9s, and in matching the cameras that way it means that it's very easy to get all the cameras into post, all looking the same, all with the same colour imagery. We use these a lot on live music, we use them a lot on stage. You can pepper a stage with them, you know, you can get 5 or 6 FR7s on very neat stands and get them in and around the orchestra or band, behind the drummer, and they're really inobtrusive to the main cameras and you barely even notice them. We use them a lot filming in small interview spaces or podcast spaces, and the beauty is that obviously you don't have the camera operator there, and people, although they notice cameras when they first walk into the room, within minutes people have forgotten all about them, particularly in contributors' homes, things like Gogglebox. So the FR7 really did fill that void between what were just a little bit better than CCTV cameras, and then the next step up was something like a Sony P1 with a broadcast lens on a huge remote head. There was nothing in between, and the FR7 has filled that void. The AM7, it's very small footprint, smaller than the FR7, still fantastic image quality, and it's definitely the best AI tracking that we've seen. It's very accurate. And if you tell it to stay on a mid-shot, it stays on a mid-shot and tracks you around the room. I think the AM7 is going to come into its own where you've got studios, maybe podcast studios, radio studios, or on stage, where you've got multi-skilled operators who are doing everything. You know, they're cutting the show, they're feeding the graphics, and they're having to reframe the PTZs. And I mean, the AM7 is going to make their job way easier.